Here we are, working out here, enjoying a cool summer day. It's just in the 90s. We're used to a little bit hotter. All right. What I'm doing today is just kind of sitting around, working on some of these projects out here. I'm gonna pull one around here in just a little bit and show you what we're working on. I really got a bunch of them. Look out across there in the field. You see all that junk? Boy, oh boy, what a pile. Okay. I try to get rid of this stuff. I don't know why it just keeps coming back. It's I really do. I try to get rid of it. But it just seems like the more I try, I'm really going to. I just don't know when. Hey, I'm doing a video right now. Can I call you back? Okay. All right, bye. And that's the one right there that wanted the 70 Bronco or the 1970s. She would have took any of the years that had the little body style. That's what she wanted. But those things are about 40 grand, 50 grand, 60s. According to how nice it is, they're just way up there. And they don't give them away, that's for sure. All right, there's some more. Here, hold on. Here's some more of my pile. I just don't know what I'm going to do with all of them. Let me see where I flip this back. Right. Where is it? Can't see without the glasses. Right here. He's not part of it, but right out there, there's a little Volkswagen I got, and that's for parts. I just got a lot of projects. And that old truck right there turned out to be a project. Hello, everybody. Woo, I hope y'all sitting under the air condition. See that old thing right there? I got that from a guy, and my grandboys drove it until it just had a heart attack. That Volkswagen right there, I really like it because it's a diesel. And I'm taking parts from this Volkswagen, putting them on this Volkswagen. And I've ordered a whole bunch of stuff for it. Even a hood latch. Oh well, it don't want to come open today. There's one out there. I do drive that truck. There's my Dodge with the Cummins in it. It's got about 100,000 miles on it. I just parked it a long time ago because nobody could ever figure out exactly what was wrong with it. But it does have an appointment to go to the shop. It's easy to get overwhelmed. That's the supervisor right there for today. We never gave him a name, so we just call him Boy. Boy, are you gonna do anything today? Huh? Are you gonna do anything? He will eat real good. He does that. All right. Hey, there's some more of them right there. Right there. Whew. All right. That's what I got her right there. Which I got it, but I really wasn't. I didn't get it for her, but she kind of took claim to it. So she said that she would drive it and play with it and tinker with it, But if you look at it real close, like down here, you see all that? Yep, it's got cancer, y'all. Yep, and then here's some more of it. But I'm gonna do like the doctors do, and I'm gonna take and I'm gonna cut that out. Cut the cancer out. I'm gonna weld a piece of metal in there. But I've been working on this side. Maybe the phone will hold up in this metal building. That whole side right there was like bent in, all the way in, all the way. You can tell right here where it was all the way. And I tried to straighten it. So I ordered me an English wheel a while ago. So I went all the way down that side. Hey, one good thing about it, I think, is it does have a 6.0 in it, ALS engine. I think people like those. So it's got some new tires on it. I asked the guy that owned it, I said, hey, what you gonna do with that old Jeep, that Land Cruiser you got? And he said, see, this side looks better, even though it's been turned over. See the scratches? And he said, I don't know. So Wesley had a bunch of silver that he didn't want. And this guy that owned this thing wanted that silver that Wesley had. So I wound up paying Wesley, and Wesley traded his silver to this guy, and I ain't never done a deal quite like that. Hey y'all, there's another one. There's another one. I got this one, this thing, to fix that thing. A friend of mine had that, and they loaned it to their son, and he run over some hey, I really don't know what all he run over, but he run over some stuff and he scratched it down the side. So I'm gonna take some parts from that one, put on that one. It don't have but like 40,000 miles on it, which is kind of low for the year. It still looks brand new inside, and it's the handicap version. So they sent that thing off and got it fixed up. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get the Land Cruiser, drive it around here, and come here, boy. Come here. He don't pay no attention to me. So anyway, I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna drive it around here, and we're gonna see if we can knock some of this rust off of it. It is kind of hot, but hey, you can't get used to it if you ain't out in it. So let me turn this around here, and I'll go get it. Supervisor just sitting down on the job. You supervising? Huh? You got supervised. Come here. It looks bad, y'all, but I believe this thing right here would fly. And my wife, she likes fast vehicles. Even my daddy liked something that had a little bit of power. I put a stage 1 455 in that old truck of his, and that thing would fly. Hey, she won't drive it like it is, y'all, but she has drove some old, ugly vehicles I've had. So the thing, what I got to do is I got to take this. I got to take that emblem right there off. I'm scared I'll destroy it. I just need something to prop this up with so I can. So I can take that emblem right there off. Some of these bolts on this thing look like they were chrome, but they were actually brass. Nowadays, it would be a plastic piece. You know, it would be something that would break. But they actually made them back then like they were really making something good. And this metal on this is about like a tractor. Man, it's thick. Alright, got that off. I'm gonna stick this back here in the back. If I can't find these brand new, probably what I'll do is get these re-chromed if I can't find brand new ones. And here's the this is the computer right here, and whoever done that, see if I can show you what I'm working with. All right, that's the computer right there, and they took and put some type of straps on here. If you can see, I can't see it with it in the sun, but they strapped that down. So I'm gonna I got a bag in there, and I'm gonna take and put this thing right here in that bag because I don't want no sand to get in there like that. Ooh, come on back in the shade. My phone will probably melt. This right here, I think I can buy these right here new. See if I can find me a bag. I sewed one up. I just don't know where I put it. I did sew up a bag, but I don't know where I put it. So I'm just gonna take my knife. I might better just leave that on there, but cover it up really good with cover it up really good with a towel. That way, any sand won't get in it. When you're sandblasting, it will even in your pants, it'll get all in your crack. I'm not gonna hit the headlights and stuff like that. I'm just gonna kind of get this side right here, see where we're at. Hey y'all, it does get a little noisy, sandblasting, but all this right here, you can't really tell what you got until you get it all off. And standing with a grinder, like taking one little bitty section off, that's for the birds. I mean, you just can't. If you're gonna get anything done and you're gonna see it have any showing, like this back here, that's it. That didn't take long. So, hey, this is how I spend my weekend sometimes. Without this extra hose, I couldn't stand it. It is I think the temperatures actually feels like it's going up a little bit. Let me see, I might need to back you up a little bit. Yeah. Let's come back a little bit. That's like that right there. Let's see what happens. Woo. All right, let's go. Woo! That's 50 pounds right there, Sam. So sometimes you got to get out of that hood. You see, it's all over me like that, but you can't breathe that stuff in, so you got to wear a hood or something. Whenever I said, "Man, that's strong," I didn't know it had a prosthetic leg. It looks like it anyway, but you see all that Bondi where somebody has been smoothing that out. All that Bondo on there, man. Hey, who knows how many years that's been. It was a redhead. See there? Right there. To start, I think. But then whenever I was sandblasting on this piece, it had red on it. And that right there, that ain't original. Somebody made that step. But this part right here, you can buy this right here. You can buy that panel and weld it in there. You couldn't see it before that because they covered it all up where that seam was. So I can cut that out at that seam, weld a new piece in there. This piece, they do sell this piece back here on the back where the tail light is. But I think I'm gonna take a piece of metal and just kind of curve it and weld it in there. So I'm not gonna sink a whole bunch of money in this thing. But I really didn't know that the Land Cruiser was an expensive vehicle. I didn't know that they people collected them. I sandblasted the hood off yesterday. I just took it off and sandblasted it. But that right there is kind of where I'm at on stripping it down. I got one of them wheels from the China store that, man, it shines it up really. It really shines it up quick. I didn't know that it would work so good. But check out the front fenders, what somebody had to do. They just had to cut the doggone front fenders on it, didn't they? Ain't that bad? Shit, I like the fenders the way they were. Why did you cut them? But if you look at it close, look at the hood. You see the hood across there? You see the other side sticking out? See it? It's like the hood's kind of lined up. The gap in the hood is kind of lined up. But check this out. All right, this part right here. This part right here is this part is going back. This part is sticking out an inch. So it's kind of twisted a little bit. I'm gonna have to do something to get that right there right. Or that just ain't, I mean, I could just say, hey, it is what it is, but you know, I'm gonna try to fix it up a little bit. The other side don't look as bad. Check out them seats. I knew what they come out of the time I seen them. A Dodge minivan. That front fender right there has been beat in pretty bad. But seriously, the thing's built like a tractor. I mean, for real. The metal is really, really thick. That's split, which I can weld that up. This right here's kind of knocked in. I might could take some of this stuff off and kind of fix it with that English wheel that I ordered. And had to take all this stuff off and do all that sandblasting on this side. But it ain't like standing there with a sander. That does take a long time. This down here don't even need to be messed with, other than cut it out. And all these pieces behind it, then sandblast them pieces if there's any of them left. Try to fix that. He was a Bondo king, wasn't he? He did a lot of Bondoing. I know it looks like, I really know it looks bad. I really know it looks bad. But when I finish it, I'm gonna make it look a lot better. After I buy some panels, stuff like that. Hey, your comments disappeared. I could have seen that. It really looks terrible. I know it does. But hey, I'm gonna finish knocking that off in the front. It ain't gonna take but a minute. I'm gonna knock that off, and we're gonna kind of take and hey man, it's gonna look pretty good. It's gonna look good, I think. I thought about painting it white to try to cover up some of the dents. But Nissan, yeah, we seen a Nissan, a Prius, a Nissan, I think, ain't that what a Prius? Anyway, I seen one at the store and it was green. And it was kind of a bright looking green. I thought that looked good. I thought it would look good on this. I think the wheels is a little bit on the old school side. So I might have to get some wheels for it. I might keep them tires, but I might get something that looks a little bit better as far as the wheels. Because I don't want to put too much in it, you know. You can sink in ever how much you want to in this junk. Hey, it's got good power steering, and it's got power brakes. That's about it. That's about 25 pounds right there, so we're gonna take and put it. Oh crap. Hold on. It don't work good with paint chips going through the, and it blows some paint chips over there. Paint chips could possibly stop a chip. I didn't know when I bought this sand I could buy it in bulk, and if I bought it in bulk in the big bag, I could have got it for half price. I didn't know. I could have dipped it up with a 5-gallon bucket. While I'm adding, I'm going to add another bag while I'm adding. That's like being thirsty and pouring half a glass of tea. When you're really thirsty, you know you're gonna need it. The supervisor don't come around whenever I'm sandblasting. But he can be in that building over there when I open up a can of food and he'll hear it. That's like a sauna. Ooh, let me get a blower, blow that thing off. Darn it, same. I know you ain't supposed to do that. I'm not sticking it right up on my skin though. I can't stand sand on me like that when I'm sweating. Pick up a water hose in the Georgia sun and spray yourself off. See what happens. I'm gonna go get my wheel and I'm gonna smooth that out. You better see all the dents in it. Tell you what, you want to find out how many friends you got? You be doing some crap like this right here and call one of them. So hey man, I'm gonna be working on this Jeep Saturday. This is a wheel, comes from China Freight. Hey, I made that guard right there to go on it. Because sometimes I do seats. I smooth out a seat, and that wheel right there smooth it out pretty good. But if you don't want it to go too deep, you got to make a guard so it don't take so much off. But that's not gonna matter on this right here. Bondo is designed to take a dent out, not make a fender out of it. Sort of like a leveling tool. Not that thick. Not a ½ inch thick. Bondo must have been a lot cheaper back then. A sandblaster don't, unless it's got a whole lot of pressure, it don't take Bondo off real good because it's a little spongy. Alright, it's a little spongy, but when it gets down like this right here, when it gets down like that right there, you can take it off. See that, we know that's kind of thin, even though it's a little bit of a hump right there. And you can see all the pits and stuff. Man, it takes forever to grind all that stuff like that out. So I sandblast it out. And that thing right there was covered. Really, they tried to make a fender out of Bondo. Even this part right here that's bent in, like it's bent in at an angle, shit, that was straight. They just formed that out straight when all they had to do was come in here and pull that edge right there out. They didn't do it. And if you don't take it all the way off, you don't know what you got up under it. So I'm taking it all the way off. Shit, I might pull the whole thing apart. You know, I might take the fenders apart and just sandblast both sides of them, like top and bottom, and paint them both sides, and then put it all back together. I just don't know yet. I don't know how far I'm willing to go with it yet. But look at that. It don't even have a busted dash. Look at that red bird. Look at that. See that? Hey. And the old school gauges, you can buy all them things like that. Get every bit of that. It's got a PTO shaft. See that? That little bitty tiny shifter down there? That's a PTO driven winch. And somebody knocked that thing in gear and they had it hooked up here on the bumper. You can see right there where it bent at. You see that? It bent it. And it broke all that off. So he's got the winch, but I got to go back and get it. It's supposed to have Toyota rope right in between the headlights. How far are you willing to go? You know, it's like it's a gift that keeps giving out of your billfold. But hey, it can look good. But this is what it takes to do it. Just like this right here. Out in the doggone 90-degree weather. Where in the hell is Danny Hodges when you need him? I have his ass out here sandblasting and painting and telling me what to do. Check that out. Hey, I'm finding all kinds of like rigging. Look up under the seats. That looks like a damn stop sign. Pole that somebody might have took off the side of the road. I'm finding all kind of stuff. You just wouldn't believe it. I don't know at what point that person got it. Somebody could have had it that done the job right, and then somebody could have got it that liked the rig. All right, up under them fenders right here. I'm gonna take a piece of cold roll and I'm gonna weld that cold roll on here, and I'm just gonna come right around here. Once I straighten all these dents out for Bondo, come right around the edge with some cold roll and just kind of smooth it out to where it's got an edge on it instead of it being like a knife across there. Hey, y'all see what I do during the week on the weekend? Stuff like this. This is crazy. I never get done with it. I got so much to do. That light over there needs to come off. I don't know whether to break it off, but I want to keep up with the wires. I don't know if I can find them. I'm pretty sure I can. I think I can find them. But look at the chassis. Check that out. You see the chassis on it? I mean, all that stuff needs cleaning up. You can't paint one and make it look good and then have crap like that. Ain't that right? Hey, y'all, check this out. Knock on wood, I don't have a lot of money in it, so that's a plus. See that? Voila. You open the gate up, and that right there. Look at that. Got some cheese in there. And then on this side, hey, these are old school. I don't even know what year model this thing is. He ain't gave me all the paperwork with it yet. And that right there, it took something to bend that right there. I don't even know what that went to, but oops, there she is, a rat hole. Pull that up so nobody will see it. Okay, take this. Come on now. You see what I had to do to close that? People nowadays, if it ain't push button, they wouldn't have it. Push button, for real. So next week, it'll be this side. He did give me a shovel. It's so much crap here, he thought I needed a shovel. But, hey, check out the homemade bumper. You know, on a Land Cruiser, it's got two little loops on both sides. Just a little loop that comes around right in there, right in there. One here and one here. But check that thing out. 4-inch pipe with a doggone receiver hitch on it. I really ain't crazy about the bumper sticking off that far. But if I had just a regular pipe back there, if I cut it down, I'd probably be all right with that. I might shorten it just a little bit and put some end caps on it, the little round kind. and maybe take it and get it powder coated. I might could stand that. Whoo. Anyway. I guess I'm on let's see. I guess I'm gonna get off of here. Let y'all have y'all's weekend where y'all can get some of the same stuff done. Thanks everybody. I know I don't have a real big channel, but thanks everybody for watching. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up if you like. Just me checking in. So I will see you next time. Hey, I don't even know what year it is. For real. I don't. I'm thinking 1970, maybe. I won't know until I get that tag receipt and a bill of sale because they don't have the title. But whenever I find out, I'm curious too. I want to know. But until I find out, I'm going to be taking nuts and bolts off. I think it's around a 1970, I think. Maybe. Steering wheel is kind of big, but thinking 1970. As I go over it, it's like I'm gonna find all kind of surprises. I'm actually kind of a little bit on the scared side to actually start really getting into it, because I don't know what I'm gonna run into. The rigging part, because I don't know if it has. One person's good ain't the same. My hair looks like hell. One person's good ain't the same as another person's good, if that makes any sense. One person might be satisfied with just anything, where the other person might say, "You're crazy. I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to do that." So one person's good ain't the same as the next person. So whenever I start getting into it and I really find out what I've got, man, I'm not going to talk ugly though about it. I'm just going to kind of stop for a minute and just shake my head, because I know I'm going to find it. Anyway, I'm looking at something right now. Ain't that some crap? I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to let y'all look at that. Damn it. Every time. I mean, it's always something. You know what I mean? I'm going to let you look at it and see. And just let you, I mean, I'm sitting here in this chair, so I'm going to show this to you just before I get off. All right. Check this out. I'm sitting here looking, and I'm looking right through. Let's see. I'm going down just a little bit further. Right down just a little bit further. And I'm looking, and I'm saying, what in the hell has somebody done? Can you see that? That is a steering stabilizer laying right on top of a leaf spring. And it's mounted that way. All right, do y'all know what a leaf spring does? You see that hinge right there? On the other side of the hose, you see that hinge? That allows that leaf spring to go up and down, up and down. And there it is, mounted. It's mounted. And it's laying right on the, I told you. I told you. So, there you go. I mean, you buy some stuff sometimes for rich or for poor, like that. You know, you get it like that and you say, what am I going to find once I get into it? A box, it's like a box of Cracker Jacks. All the surprises in Cracker Jacks, this ain't no good. they're sorry, little cheap stuff. Some of these surprises ain't gonna be so cheap, like that one. Why do people do that? I don't understand that. I don't understand it. But anyway, I fix it because I'm not gonna take it riding around and wonder what is that dangling. So anyway, I might show y'all some more pictures as I go through this thing, as I go on down the road with it, like fixing it or taking it apart or something like that, and let you see how the progress is coming on this Toyota Land Cruiser. I might have a new name for it if it keeps on. So, but as I put it back together, it will look a lot better as it goes back together, even though it's crap, it's a piece of crap. I know that, but it's gonna be a decent looking piece of crap whenever it's done. At least it does have the LS6 engine in it. It's got the original Toyota transmission in it, and possibly, I ain't checked it, possibly the original rear end and front end. Maybe. I don't know 100%, but because I ain't put it on a lift or nothing. And we hauled it here on a trailer. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching, putting up with me while I do this right here. And we'll see you next time I do something on this Jeep or either in the shop. So I'm about done tired of messing with this today. I might knock a little bit of that paint off to get it out of them holes that somebody didn't fill up. But if I take that fender off and I get that English wheel, I might can roll some of them dents out, even though that metal is thick as a Model A, you know, and them things were pretty thick. That's maybe why they're still here, a lot of them. Anyway, thanks everybody, and see y'all next time.